Hello and welcome back to the Sour Stuff Podcast. My name is David.
I'm James.
And I am that number one person that
Oh yeah,
Number one guy.
Yeah, I'm that number one guy.
So
This
the
is
reason
it,
we're
guys.
laughing, the reason we're laughing, one, because we had the most amazing review on Apple Podcasts, but two, we're discussing our plans for celebration, and David just goes, "Okay, we're going live," and he hits the button as we're talking, and we're like, "Oh, okay, that's it." So yeah, we're still making our plans for celebration.
Yeah.
And isn't that what we're kind of going to talk about today? Is like how to
Yeah.
prepare for
Yeah,
celebration.
I think towards the end of the podcast we'll talk about celebration prep and our
Okay.
experiences and the do's
Apple
and
juice.
don'ts and yeah. But yes, it is May 1st when we're recording this. It is officially Star Wars month.
501st day. Wah, wah.
And thanks again to Alex Webster on our Facebook group. He gave us this wonderful picture. May 1st today, a 501st day. May 4th, may the 4th be with you. May 5th, Revenge of the 5th. May 14th, George Lucas's birthday. May 16th, Attack of the Clones anniversary. May 19th, The Force or The Phantom Menace, my bad. And Revenge of the Sith anniversary. May 20th, Empire Day. May 21st, The Empire Strikes Back anniversary. May 25th, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, and Solo anniversary. And May 27th,
Obi-Wan Kenobi release.
the big one.
And hopefully on
Two
May 26th.
episodes.
Yeah. So hopefully on May 26th at the Lucasfilm panel is when if people are in that panel, most likely they'll show the first two episodes today.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think
they
They're
will.
not going to do that.
Well, why on earth move it then? Why on earth would you move it from the original date?
I
over
think
to
I
that
have
Friday?
a little bit of insider knowledge on that.
Well, then
Oh.
tell me the insider knowledge,
yes,
David
please.
Lasagna.
I would like to hear it too. Lasagna, yeah, please. tell
It
me.
might be a bit spoilery,
No.
but
Okay, I don't want to hear it then.
Wait.
it's not 100% confirmed.
About
But the
of
thing
what's
that
gonna
I'm
happen at Celebration.
hearing is that the first episode of Obi-Wan is a bit slow, and the second episode is a bit more
Where it picks up.
action-packed.
Gotcha.
So
Oh.
they're trying to maybe give it that kind of hype around it, and showing us those two episodes there will probably be the best for the Celebration audience to get a better review, because Celebration is also about the hype, the hype train for Star Wars leading to the next couple quarters during the year. Hi, Ray. Ray has joined us.
Hello,
Hi.
Ray.
Got a little sidetracked working on Sabe today. Lost track of time. So
It
I
happens.
get it.
happens.
I get it. I
happens.
was working on Sabe too. It's a lot of work.
Yep.
Anyways, what we were saying was
Yeah. Happy 501st day, Ray.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that is.
that's exciting. I'm only one not a member of the 501st.
I'm
Or-
not a member of the
Rebel
501st
Legion.
either.
Aren't you a
That
member
is
of
true.
the Rebel
David, I
Legion
didn't want
one?
to correct you, but that is
I'm
true.
in the Rebel Legion, but not
Yeah,
the
see?
501st.
So she's a part of.
They are
Rebel Legion
they're
Day?
still on the same team. They're like, they're like right next to each other. They like still do the same things as the 501st does. But yeah. But yeah,
So
right.
to
We
answer
are
Liam's
just talking about Kenobi.
question on YouTube, so which
Hey,
of these
Liam.
dates do we get the Kenobi trailer? I believe May 4th we will
May
get
4th,
that
we're
Kenobi
getting
trailer, yeah.
we are definitely getting the Kenobi trailer May 4th.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Hey,
yeah,
Rebel
no.
Farm Boy.
I remember waking up last year on May 4th and waking up bright and early to go to Galaxy's Edge, but also we woke up earlier so we could watch the first episode of Bad Batch, which that was
That's right.
super cool. So I'm hoping that we get more things like that on May 4th. And I'm already kind of suspicious that they're going to drop a new lightsaber again this year on May 4th, and I'm thinking it's going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It has to be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. Because of that just makes sense. Because of Kenobi's coming out, it's been like the number one lightsaber everyone's been asking for. I'm just expecting someone to walk out with 20 boxes again, and I'm going to be so mad. But yeah, nope. That is so clean. And then I keep hearing people, well, all you have to do is just grab a Sharpie for your Luke Skywalker lightsaber and just
like they did for the movie.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man.
No, I have a good feeling May 4th we're gonna get Kenobi's lightsaber as well as the actual trailer of Kenobi. And I think it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be really exciting, May 4th. And this year I will be going to Galaxy's Edge also, but just Batu West, not Batu East with Colin. But hopefully there's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool merch. They've been kind of today they finally released the sales that they're going to be having for certain companies for May 4th. So that's exciting.
It's on our Facebook group.
Yeah, on our Facebook group, check it out. We got the link there. And Ray, how do you celebrate May 4th?
The last few years I've usually done it by just getting into my Ray costume and just hanging out around my house all day dressed as Ray.
That's beautiful.
I think it was probably 2020 because we were all in lockdown. I had nothing to do and nowhere to go on May 4. So I dragged my sister into the woods and we did a little photo shoot with me and my Ray all updated.
Yeah, those are on your Instagram, right? Those pictures of you as Ray.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Check. Go to Ray's Instagram if that's okay to let people flock to your Instagram.
Well,
Look at her pictures of her as Ray. I remember in 2020 that was the anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, or like the month of. So we were all kind of Empire Strikes Back oriented that May 20th and or May 4th, 2020. This year, we lost Ray. This year, it's gonna be pretty exciting going to the park and to see that's awesome, and to see what they're gonna have there, how many people are gonna be there, how many people are gonna show up on May 4th, and I'm excited for it. I'm off all day that day, so I'll be there eating Ronto wraps and going on Smuggler's Run at least 100 times. So
we will be doing a live stream from Batu West and Batu East the entire day. So
we'll do that together, and hopefully follow us on Instagram. You'll see a lot of live stream of us there on the park. So
very exciting stuff.
And David, what are you going to do this year for May 4th?
I'll be working my day job.
Yeah, I too will be working, but I work in the evening, so I'm thinking in the morning I'll have time to put my hair into Ray buns, and then I'll go to work in my Ray buns.
That's awesome.
Why don't you just wear Sabe's giant croissant to work and then just show up?
Oh my gosh.
Don't say anything. Just act like it's a normal day, and then people will walk and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And you're like, "Good, it's going great."
So they'd be like, "So what's the deal with the thing?" You're gonna be
what
like,
thing?
"It's National Croissant Day."
That's amazing. Somebody said they're gonna make treats for coworkers for May 4th. That's exciting.
There you go. That's fun.
Mecca.
Yeah, my wife said that they're gonna do like a May 4th thing at her work. And I said, hey, you want me to bring like a table and set up a booth there and like answer whatever questions and just talk to people about Star Wars if they have any questions about it? She thought that was really funny, but she said no, unfortunately.
She said no.
I was really excited though. And she was like, what shirt should I borrow? And I was like, well, I have like a whole collection of Star Wars shirts. Every
Speaking
time
of shirts.
Speaking of shirts.
What's that shirt you have on there, James?
Oh, the Jedi must. Oh, you can't see it. I'm going to point it down. If I point it down, you're going to see my dog in the background asleep. But the Jedi must end is the shirt.
Nice.
Of course it is.
I got it. I actually got this. This came out when The Last Jedi came out. And I think this was the original quote that Luke says in the movie. No, in the movie, but the trailer they switched it to it's time for the Jedi
to end. And
then they tweaked it for the movie as well. And even Rian Johnson said that sounded better than what he wrote. So I think this was the original line, the Jedi must end. But anyways, I like the shirt a lot. What else we got today?
So there's a lot of anniversaries that have taken place and are today. The first celebration took place April 30th, 1999.
What a picture to show.
Yeah. No, I was just saying about that. I was like, why is that the background picture for that?
Like there were so many cool things that happened during that celebration, but whoever made this post was like, nah, this was. I think it was because they had a full-size Jabba the Hutt, like photorealistic Jabba the Hutt there.
Yeah, so. I think at this point they were inviting the slave Leias to have a picture with the huge Jabba that they brought because nobody knew if Celebration was going to be a hit. I mean, a lot of people claim that they were there, but I'm not so sure if a lot of them were actually.
I don't even think that picture's from 1999.
Yeah. The first Star Wars Celebration. was staged in Denver, Colorado. So that's the answer to that trivia question.
In a tent, like.
Yeah, it apparently there's like a torrential downpour and people got soaked. Also, the first ever showing of A New Hope to the public.
Oh, that is so cool.
That's awesome.
And
don't
okay,
no, I'm sorry. No, go.
I was gonna say, don't forget that Stephen Colbert has been a Star Wars fan longer than all of us. Don't forget that, right?
Yes, that's true.
That was the greatest Star Wars introduction story I've ever heard in my life. But he got the. But yeah, I had heard about that screening that people had on May 1st, and apparently it was very successful. And the studio's executives are still like, okay, like they still didn't think it was gonna be a good movie.
And here we are now.
And here we are talking about Star Wars on a podcast.
Yep, years later.
What other anniversary?
Yeah, it's such a shame that Star Wars didn't win the Academy Award for Best Picture. It's not like
every single time.
It's not like there's an Annie Hall con, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm not gonna lie, like if Rise of Skywalker never happened and was Duel of Fates, that because to me, I felt like Rise of Skywalker wasn't the climactic ending that we were expecting. Like, for example, Lord of the Rings Return of the King. That was like a huge thing, right? Why not put that concept into Star Wars and make it like that? Like, at least make it a 3-hour movie. Yeah, Endgame. Like they had the opportunity to.
That is a great question, Colin. And when we speak to Lucasfilm, we will ask that, and hopefully they'll answer us. No, but I agree 100%, Colin. They for the last movie, it should have been at least 3 hours.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Amen. Yeah.
Well, we'll all be in the Santa Monica area, and that's where the Bad Robot Studios are. So maybe J.J. Abrams is there. Maybe you can set up an appointment to talk to him.
I am on the lookout for his office when I go into work now. I'm just driving around because I work in Santa Monica now. Yeah.
That's awesome. But speaking of being on the lookout, James was at Disneyland yesterday.
Don't talk about this.
And did not see this guy.
But apparently his wife did, and his wife didn't say anything until later because she wasn't 100% sure.
Because he looks like somebody she knows, like a relative, and that looks a lot like so and so's husband. Then she goes, wow, that kind of looks like Jon Favreau. That's funny, and then she didn't even think about it.
It was Jon Favreau.
Then David sends us this picture. He goes, hey, Jon Favreau was at Disneyland today, and I was like, I was at Disneyland almost all day today, and then I showed her that picture. She was like, oh god. No. So I missed my chance seeing Jon Favreau at Disneyland.
Well, that would have been funny if because I could see your reaction, James, of just being like, hey, look, like the person looks familiar, and then you look and I could just see you just being like,
I would just start crying immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, but we are getting the wonderful opportunity for the podcast, like all of us, to be at Star Wars Celebration together, except two new members, but of Ray, Sam, Matt, James, David, Brooke. Oh my gosh, guys! This is gonna be amazing. I'm so excited for this experience. And our honorary member, Jon Favreau, is gonna be there too. But I'm very excited for the people who have never experienced Star Wars Celebration. So Ray, tell us what your expectations are.
Honestly, I don't really have any expectations other than it's going to be a giant Star Wars nerd fest. I am trying not to hype it up too big.
That's right.
Just because I don't know what to expect. I've seen some photos from celebrations and stuff and meetups where everybody who cosplays Rey meets up, and it looks so fun. And I know a lot of the people that I've met and become really good friends with during quarantine and stuff through TikTok, a lot of them are going to be there, and I'm going to be able to see them for the first time. I'm rooming with one of those friends, and I'm just to be able to meet my internet friends for the first time is so exciting. There's so much that I'm looking forward to besides the obvious there's going to be amazing Star Wars panels and stuff. It's just I'm more excited for just the experience of going.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Like my first celebration back in 2017, I mostly concentrated on the show floor and just nerded out at all the booths. And then the next year was when I was like, okay, I'm gonna concentrate on the panels. But no,
Yeah.
just taking it all in because there's so much. There's so much to do. But yeah, we're all excited for you, Ray, that you're gonna get to experience this for the first time, and it's gonna be awesome.
Speaking of which, with me being at Celebration, I did pick something up the other day.
Yes.
I have the
You
comic
sent me a
book with my
Snapchat of that.
face. Yes, it was just me screaming.
Yeah. I was like, oh, well, she's very excited. And Matt was like, what? I was like, looking. She's like, oh. I was like, all right. But
She's
yes.
here.
Oh, that looks amazing.
So I'm gonna be walking around with that when I'm in Sabe.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I will be Anakin. And then James is gonna be debuting his first costume ever.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
which is super, super exciting. Is James' favorite moment still? Hold on, let me see. Hey,
That's a deep cut there.
Hey, I was young, okay?
yeah,
I was new
like
to
4 years ago. No, but yeah, no, I'm really excited to do all the costumes.
This is for Ray, I think.
Oh,
Ray,
here we go.
if you could high five one person on the panels, who would it be?
Oh, I don't know.
Daisy Ridley.
I would love to high five Daisy Ridley.
Me too.
I would never wash that hand again.
Keira Knightley.
You'd never get Keira Knightley to a Star Wars
She
celebration.
would
She doesn't even know who
never.
she plays.
Yeah, she wasn't even know.
She thinks she plays Padme. It's the sweetest thing ever.
Poor thing. But yeah, who would you want to high five, David?
Favreau, Filoni.
Yeah, Colin.
Mostly Favreau, I think.
Here, hang on. I've just got this giant scroll. Hang on. I'm just kidding. No, I would probably, because of
The
there
guy
are so
that
many
puppeteered
iconic
Mac
people.
Rebo.
I would, yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely on there. George Lucas would probably be the number one.
Number
person.
one.
I
Hands
would.
down.
I would want to not only give him a high five, but tell him.
I would be
thank
scared
you.
to be tackled by security guards.
Yeah. Well. I mean, well, no. Like, so I'm not sure. I think David might have sent it, but it was really funny. Like a week ago or so, George Lucas was kind of like faking like an injury or something.
Yeah.
But like he was going up, so like no one would like come up to him and like ask anything to get signed, and people were like, hey George, hope you feel better, and like he's walking up the stairs, and as soon as he gets to the lobby, he just kind of stands up and just walks up normal and walks straight into the lobby.
That was the best.
And someone got it on video too, so that was the funniest thing.
Not gonna lie, that video scared me for a little bit. I was like, "No, George." Like,
Yep, nope. He is now at that point where he's like, "Yeah, I mean, because I think George can tell who are the real fans and who are the people who just want to get things signed and sell on eBay."
Did you ever see that video of him where he was signing autographs? And he was like, if all of y'all would get a job instead of having to sell these, that would be really great.
It's like a TMZ video, yeah.
He was so mad. But some of them, Liam said he would high five Ewan McGregor. Yeah, I would high five Ewan McGregor too. But for me, it would probably be Favreau, Filoni. I'd give Kennedy a high five too for being like, hey, thanks for hiring these people. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
Here he is right here, James.
That's what he looks like, all right?
Yeah.
So just a pro tip for Favreau, though, if you do encounter him in the wild, have a coin with you. Because he carries challenge coins all the time, and he will trade with you. And if you could somehow get one of those Mandalorian challenge coins that he has, like just about every other episode, apparently, allegedly, that would be pretty awesome.
Just look at his career, Favreau. I mean, that dude, he wrote movies, acted in movies, and just was the best at everything he did, and out of nowhere he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a Star Wars TV show, and he just completely reshaped Star Wars forever. I mean,
he started the MCU. He started the Disney Plus like live action like TV shows. That's all because of Jon Favreau. Like, yes, Kathleen Kennedy brought him on, but it was just like, no, like him and Dave Filoni worked together and they made this incredible child. and they just brought on this amazing phenomenon, and it's because of these two great fans came together, and
it's bizarre. It's so bizarre.
They are speaking on the behalf of so many Star Wars fans, like especially Dave Filoni. There's the Mandalorian, the gallery series, and I remember Dave Filoni just, it feels like he's reading from the Star Wars gospel. Like he is telling exactly what the Duel of Fates means and like how important that fight scene is. And it goes on for maybe 5 to 6 minutes, and you're just like, that's not scripted. That's all from
I love that
of Dave Filoni.
I love that video because everybody is focused on him. Everybody's like,
oh my gosh.
My favorite bit in the gallery, I know we're going everywhere, but was whenever Filoni did a deep, I think it was Empire Strikes Back deep cut joke, and Favreau didn't even get it. Do you remember the joke, what it was? He said something and Filoni says it, and Favreau's like, I don't know what you mean. And he's like, come on, Empire Strikes Back. He goes, that's too nerdy for me. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, if those are the conversations they have, that I would love.
Yeah, on the set of The Mandalorian, when they're like
flipping through,
Filoni
like, just
props.
Yeah, and then the best though was whenever Favreau was like, okay, right before Mando shoots him, he says, McClunky. What do you think? And Filoni was like, don't you dare say that. Don't you dare. But just the fact Favreau was super serious. He goes, before he does it, he says, McClunky.
It almost sounded like he was half serious there.
I know he was. It didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like he was like, this is the new Star Wars thing. But anyways, okay, back to Star Wars.
Back to anniversaries here. 8 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Daisy Ridley's so little. Oh my gosh.
Look at that picture.
She was 19. I think John Boyega was like in his.
He's probably his early 20s, like 21, 20. Yeah. I remember I looked at this picture for so long.
Yes,
oh
we all
my
did.
Gosh. I remember freaking out, like just going, there's no way. Like, there's no way this is really happening.
All of the theories happening too were just so funny to me. Like and I remember all the fan trailers being made on YouTube, and the people would be like, "Oh my gosh, it's the official thing." But at that time, no one really knew to look at the actual profile and see that I wasn't officially Star Wars. So people would be like, "Oh my gosh, it's the real trailer." But I remember when the actual trailer came out, like in 2014, and I thought that was fake. I was like, "There's no way this is real." And then you hear Snoke say, "and the light," and then you see the Falcon do like a 360 flip, and like it's getting chased, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh!" Like it's real.
So I just realized this right now. So look at everyone's scripts, okay?
Yeah.
Abrams has the full script there. You can see it in his hand. Daisy Ridley has kind of a full script because those are the only scenes she's in. Look at Max von Sydow over here next to Mark Hamill. He just has a page. I just realized that right now. Poor guy. And then Adam Driver's like, I don't do the script. The script reads me.
He's like, I already memorized my
I already
lines,
know
guys.
my lines. I know we just got these today. And from what Oscar Isaac said, this was like when they all found out they were going to be in the movie, I think. Like, he gave an interview where they sat down, and then Abrams opened a box and there was R2-D2. And he was like, oh my God, this is it. Like, this is really it. And that was when it hit them that this was going to be the Star Wars movie.
And his character was originally supposed to die.
Yeah.
In the original script, but then he talked to JJ and was like, "Listen, I've done so many films where I die." Like,
and what are those movies?
Drive. What other movie was he in? I know in Drive he did a really good part in that movie that he dies really early on. And then there's probably other movies that he's done, but that's the only one that sticks out for me.
He wasn't the star of that film. That was Ryan Gosling.
I know, but he pops in and then they're like, and kill him. And like, that's spoiler alert for Drive. I'm sorry, everybody.
So I think he was kind of like being a little hyperbolic there. I mean, he's not in many movies where he just dies. I think he just wanted to be in Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
Who could blame him?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he told that story to JJ, and JJ was like, okay.
He was like, all right.
I just remember looking at this. just remember looking at this picture, and I posted on Facebook, and I was like, "That's Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford in a new Star Wars movie." I was like, "They're all three there." It was the best.
I thought Peter Mayhew was there. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
over
he's
there.
over to it, yeah.
But the OG three, and then of course Andy Serkis was there. Like, what the hell is Andy Serkis doing there?
Anthony Daniels is not there.
Anthony Daniels is not there. Yeah, you're right.
Mm.
Interesting.
So are you sure that's Max von Sydow next to Mark Hamill?
Or
is it Anthony Daniels?
I may be wrong, but I remember in like the description of the picture back in the day, it was they said Max von Sydow, unless they were saying he's in the cast but not in the picture. I can't recall.
See, I think that's Anthony Daniels, and I think he's twinning with Mark Hamill there too, which is weird.
Yeah, they're wearing the same plaid. It's cute.
And then you got Domhnall Gleeson down here next to Kathleen Kennedy and the producer. Oh, what's the producer's name? I forgot his name. Sitting there next to Kathleen Kennedy. And then Lawrence Kasdan's over there sitting next to Abrams. I looked at this picture for so long. I remember just amazed that it was actually happening.
And at this point, we didn't know the character names. I believe.
No, we didn't know anything.
We didn't know if Adam Driver was good or evil. I think we all kind of assumed.
We all assumed he was going to be the evil guy.
But did anyone think? I guess this is spoilers for The Force Awakens, but
oh no,
that
oh my gosh,
Adam Driver really kind of resembles Harrison Ford. If Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher had a kid,
yeah,
I mean, he has.
That was great casting.
Traits to them, yeah.
That was such great casting, and his nose is just like Harrison Ford, like right there.
And then the dark hair would be Carrie, yeah.
But do you remember, like, Vanity Fair released a picture of him, and he had on the white shirt with the black vest, and nobody could, like, everybody was like, "Oh, that's cool. He looks like Han Solo," and nobody like knew.
Kind of put it together.
Chat, do you guys know when the Obi-Wan official trailer is coming? We don't know officially, but we are all predicting that it is
May 4th.
May 4th.
Yeah.
If Lucasfilm is as smart as we hope they are, they would say May 4th is the day to release the Kenobi. That's just the only thing that makes sense. Seriously, the only thing that makes sense is releasing it on May 4th.
But
yeah, because nothing has been announced to drop on May 4th. So it's like, what better date to do it? I mean, we've all kind of criticized Lucasfilm for not doing enough on May 4th. They could probably do more, and a big trailer like Kenobi would be, I think, enough for me. That would be pretty cool. And maybe have an after show for that trailer. I don't know.
Yeah. What are you going to say, Ray?
With the anniversary of Force Awakens, that's what got me into Star Wars. So that it's like crazy how it's like that old, but also like that recent. And it's
that's amazing.
I remember seeing a video of Daisy Ridley watching the trailer for the first time in a hotel room, just crying. It's amazing.
I remember that video.
I think what first got me intrigued was a friend of mine sent me a photo of Daisy Ridley holding up the poster and like smiling and pointing at Rey on the poster and was like, "When were you going to tell me that you're in Star Wars?" I was like, what are you talking about? And then a lot of people started telling me that I looked like her. And then I found out that the character had my name. And I was like, okay, well, now I really gotta. And the trailer looked awesome. I was like, okay, now I gotta like get into Star Wars so I can see this, because I obviously have to cosplay her.
Obviously. And in the process, you got Star Wars. Like you got the whole thing.
And it was my first like actual cosplay too. So it started me down a whole roller coaster.
And something also like great about that too is like it brought so many people together, like for David James and I, of course, but it also got me into the 501st. Now when we joined the 501st, Ray wouldn't be here because of that's how Ray and I met. And then I remember one of the first things Ray was like, "Can you teach me how to use a lightsaber?" And then
I don't know how to use one yet.
No, I know. But
you still haven't fulfilled that promise.
Hey. Celebration. There you go. All right. That's celebration. But yeah, no, I've through like The Force Awakens, I just remember that entire year of just the theories dropping and the leaked pictures and just everything happening, like going on. It didn't feel like Star Wars was like it was actually happening until around not Force Friday, but it was in December, like right before Force Awakens dropped. And I mean, like, to me, because of during the summer, I remember getting the Lego Cantina set, and I was watching the actual trailer for Force Awakens, and then all the panels happening at Star Wars Celebration. And I was like, okay, all right, this is happening. This is really, really cool. And then, you know, through that entire year, got all the way to December, and then I remember going to a private screening and watching it. And I'm like, Star Wars is back. Like, this is it. This is something we've been waiting for such a long time, and it just opened up a whole can of new possibilities.
Oh yeah.
And it just keeps going. Star Wars is the gift that keeps on giving. It's the gift of bringing people together, and it's the gift of giving people hope. A lot of people were watching Star Wars and getting through COVID because of, you know, Star Wars. You know, that like helped a lot of people get through it. So it's just insane that that Disney bought Star Wars, and then a couple of years later, it became a worldwide phenomenon like it did back in 1977, and then it's bigger.
It's still
than it's
going.
ever been.
It is
It's
still
bigger
going.
than it's ever
It's
been.
really
incredible.
fun working at the library and having like kids like run around and say like, "Mom, where's the Baby Yoda books?" And like they just want to consume like all the Star Wars books, but they don't necessarily know who any of the other characters are, but they just like they're so into it. And like, oh boy, you've got a big road ahead of you. There's so much for you to watch and enjoy.
And that was all of us whenever, like for me, when I was a kid, when I first started with Star Wars, like I knew the characters, but there was more. There was so much more to it than I ever could have dreamed. So that's exciting to see people like starting out. But before we go on, Chris wants you to do a Borg Gullet, to shout out Borg Gullet for old time's sakes. Think you could do that? Lies, deception. In case y'all don't know, once upon a time, David, Joseph, and I did a commentary on Rogue One.
I remember listening to that during work, and my boss yelled at me and was like, "Why are you laughing so hard?" And I was like, I was like, because at that point I wasn't a host yet. I was just a producer, and I just remember listening to all of you guys do the old like of doing all the commentaries and talking about all the stuff happening in Empire Strikes Back and Rogue One. And I remember you three could not stop laughing during that scene in particular.
He's like, lies, deceptions.
Save the rebellion. Save the dream.
That was amazing. But yeah, okay. Also, okay. Do you guys think there are many major secrets that Disney will drop during Celebration?
Yes.
Yes.
I know we talked about this a little bit, but I remember David and I thinking like it'd be cool if they brought up Taika or even Rian Johnson, saying Rian Johnson will start his trilogy sometime soon. That'd be a pretty big secret to drop. As well as
said that in 2019.
I know, but now it seems more apparent because he's done with his Knives Out 2, might start his Knives Out 3.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I personally am. If Rian Johnson moves on, like he moves on, like and then if he stays, he has a second chance to kind of redeem himself, in my opinion. And I know James and I can go back and forth about this, but
that's another podcast.
Yeah,
but
that's another episode. But I think something that David and I were talking about earlier, which would be really interesting, which he thinks will happen because all the rumors happening, I'm like, I don't know, would be if they announced Star Wars Episode 10. That would be, I'm with you, James. I'm with you on the size and the Ned Hot and the head nods and all that stuff. Because it's like,
no way. There's no way.
I just don't think that would make absolute sense. I think they wanted to end Rise of Skywalker because they were running out of stuff to do.
But we just talked about it. Did they really end it? Do you really cast someone that young to head up a Star Wars trilogy and not?
If they end up
back?
doing Rogue Squadron, I'm fine with it, but it's got to work. Like like if that ends up being the story of the Resistance after, it's like, who is the threat going to be? And if they bring the Emperor back, I'm done. Like, I'm absolutely done. Because in the Rise of Skywalker, like it did leave that huge, like hey, you know what? We're leaving Exegol. All of these ships here can't leave. It's like, all you got to do is build a new one, and then they can just leave again. And then the Emperor, he blew himself up with lightning, but he blew up before. He can just do it again. So but at the same time, am I wrong?
No. I was just gonna say the Emperor is the gift that just keeps on giving.
Yeah, roll it again. Yeah,
but
I don't think they would do. I think doing an episode 10 wouldn't make sense because of all the trilogies. I could see them possibly doing like a sort of spin-off where like you follow more of like Rey, Finn, or Poe or the Resistance, but it's not necessarily the Skywalker saga.
I agree.
I would love to see more Rey. Just personally,
I
would also love a Handmaiden show. There's a lot of content possibilities out there.
Like Rey,
I would like to see Rey now, because I know we've talked about this, it's controversial, but because of how Disney slowed everything down and now they're not kind of rushed to push these movies out now.
Yeah.
I would love to see what they could do if they legit took their time to say, okay, let us really, really make this now, which is why I think Mandalorian season 1 and 2 have been successful, which is why we're hoping Kenobi is as good as successful, because they did slow it down and they did take their time. What's wrong, David? Why are you giving me that look?
So with Kenobi, they had a script and then they didn't give us that film. And when they made the announcement, Kathleen Kennedy at D23, that they had the scripts, they didn't have scripts. They had just the film script, and they chopped it up into a series.
Mm-hmm.
And then legend tells us that Jon Favreau got a hold of it and was like, "Yeah, you can't do this. This is not going to work." So they redid the script with a new writer, but the original writer, I think his name is Hussein Amini. He's still getting credit for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, even though he really didn't have much to do with the overall actual script that we're getting. So it's going to be more, I think, akin to what I think all fans are wanting to see. But that was done in less than a year, I think. So they really didn't take a whole lot of time, or months, really. So this is another situation where they didn't just take their time.
Well, honestly, if you want to see the continuation after episode 9, you can just watch the Lego holiday specials they've been doing.
It was a fantastic show.
Hey, that Lego holiday special made Max Rebo like alive to me. So I will always treasure that in my heart.
Someone else asked what's up with the Kevin Feige movie. We still don't know. That could be a big surprise and major secret that Disney gives us at Celebration.
That would be really, really cool.
That would be very, very surprising if they actually say something about Kevin Feige, or if they just bring him on the stage and he gives a little update. I can imagine the roof exploding off of the arena from all the yells if Kathleen Kennedy did that announcement.
This is a good segue actually to CinemaCon in Las Vegas. CinemaCon happened last weekend, and Kevin Feige was on stage, not to talk about Star Wars, but of course to talk about Marvel and everything they got going on there. And he announced that he flew in from the first ever MCU retreat he was having with creatives, and he was going to fly back. And when he flies back, he's going to map out the next 10 years of the MCU. So hopefully he does that. Then he starts working on Star Wars. But other news that wasn't announced, which is news, is the fact that Disney had the presentation for the years 2022 and 2023. But if you look closely, let me take off this comment here so it's a little better to see.
Do it.
So there's 2022, 2023, and if you look closely, there's no Rogue Squadron in 2023. Everything else is there, from Avatar to Lightyear to Bob's Burgers even, but there's no Rogue Squadron. So people are thinking maybe that's not going to happen, and it's very late in the game right now for them to start, because their initial press release was December 2023 was the next Star Wars film. So maybe we might get an announcement for a different film or something.
They were probably saving all of the Star Wars things, like all the Star Wars stuff to talk about, at Star Wars Celebration. Like it,
But it was
honestly
already
makes
announced,
sense.
though. If it was a secret, I'd understand that point.
Right.
But they already had that flag
Yeah.
planted in December 2023. So
This honestly is a huge year for Disney. Like a huge year.
every year's a huge year now.
Right.
Because they own everything.
Right, but are you looking at the lineup though? Like, you got Avatar, you've got you've got Black Panther, you've got Thor, you've got Doctor Strange, you've got Lightyear. That movie will be a huge success. Yes, the menu. And then you've got Kenobi, you've got the Endor series. There is so much going on for Disney. This is a huge year for them. And just Star Wars alone is just going to be like the highlight of the halfway mark of this year, because you are going into June and you've got a bunch of Star Wars stuff, but like May is the big month for Star Wars. May is the month of Star Wars. Yes, Doctor Strange comes out this week, but honestly, it's going to be like the month of Star Wars, because you've got Star Wars Celebration, you've got all these anniversaries. You got May 4th, Star Wars Day, and then you've got Kenobi coming out the 27th.
Yeah, I think they're hiding some stuff from some Star Wars stuff, but like what you said, David, a new show or a new movie would be probably the reason why they didn't have anything up there. But I just think it's funny that they put the Avatar re-release up there, but not Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It was like, wow, that's not a good sign for Rogue Squadron, though, that they put the re-release of Avatar and Avatar: The Way of Water, but not a Star Wars movie. So,
yeah, film news is definitely going to be a thing that I'm going to be eagerly anticipating in person at Celebration. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Yes. Hopefully we get some news. It would be a disappointment if they don't give us any film news. So this popped up on my feed. A Mandalorian RPG game is reportedly in development at Xbox.
I think they've been talking about that for a while.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that is rumored to be one of the games that, because these past couple of months, they've been saying, we're doing a Star Wars game. We're doing a Star Wars game by this studio and this studio. But they're not announcing any of the titles. And I think they were waiting until Star Wars Celebration. And I think that's what's going to happen, because there is so much going on. I'm not sure if everyone's seen the panel list for Celebration, but it's a big one. And that list that just came out doesn't even have the actual big ones on it. So it's very interesting to see what they're going to do at the games panel, because the only game panel that they had at last Celebration was for Jedi Fallen Order. And now they have all these games that they've announced, but not the titles of it. I think that's when they're going to drop the titles. And I think everyone would be freaking out if we got the open world Star Wars game that they've been talking about making, like at least a sneak peek of it, and then they did Jedi Fallen Order 2, the name of that, and then they would drop like the stuff for Mando, because anything with Mando, people would freak out, because if there's Mando, Grogu's not that far behind.
True.
Yeah.
Somebody said, do we think Ezra will show up in a live action show? And it has to be Ahsoka.
Yep. Ahsoka, and it'll be with Thrawn for sure.
Yeah, we might get that casting news live at Celebration.
That would be insane.
Which we all know. So Rosario Dawson accidentally said who it was a couple of months back too.
For who?
For Thrawn and Ezra. She
did say that?
Yes. And the reason why is because I remember posting about it, because she posted it on her Instagram story, and then she took it down right away.
Yeah, she posted a congratulatory post.
Yep.
For I think Mina.
Yeah,
Mina
it is the actor who
played Aladdin.
Yeah, the actor who played Aladdin in the live action Aladdin, and then it was the actor who's been playing Thrawn from the very beginning of Rebels, of when he first made his
Lars Mikkelsen.
Yep.
So it's interesting. It's interesting though, because a lot of people are going back on that. I know people basically have said Lars Mikkelsen is going to play Thrawn live action, but it seems like people are backing away from that statement. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's going to be like a Benedict Cumberbatch type, or they're going to get like an A-list actor to do it now, or what. But it's hopefully again Celebration. We should get that Thrawn casting because they're going to start shooting in short order here this month,
very soon.
So Disney Lucasfilm doesn't want that to leak. They want to have that special for Celebration.
But also somebody says maybe Disney's hiding an Ewok adventure reboot. That is a big possibility. We'll keep you posted on that. As soon as we find out word, we will let you know about it.
I would like to see the panel for droids because I think that is going to be good. That is hinted at live action for a while because Anthony Daniels has been traveling to exotic places, and then he was wearing a mocap suit. And it's like, all right, that's really, really cool. So,
yeah. And speaking of live action, Colin, Ian McDermott is talking. He is currently at ICCC Con in Nashville, I believe, and he was asked a specific question, and this is his answer. There's a certain show coming soon, set right around the time I may have been considered to be very active. Whether or not you'll see me, my physical body, I cannot comment on, but you will certainly feel my presence.
Ooh, I don't like that.
It has to be Kenobi.
Yeah.
Darth Plagueis the One.
Okay, so people are saying it's not Kenobi.
It's Andor.
They're saying it's Andor.
I could see that.
I can see both.
I could maybe see it being the Acolyte series because of that is supposed to be near the end of the High Republic going into the New Republic.
Well, he's
era,
not going to be cast in that because he's going to be way younger. It's going to be Tom Hiddleston, obviously.
Hey, now they did a bunch of stuff, with Sam Jackson and Captain Marvel and made him.
We got to speak it into the universe, Colin, like your Max Rebo stuff.
Listen, I've done
Tom Hiddleston for young.
I've done so many things for the Star Wars universe. I'm getting tired, guys.
But
hey, no, you still got to help me out with Sabe, man.
but I'm not gonna lie though, hearing the Emperor's voice in the Kenobi series would be something. Like if we have a scene with Darth Vader by himself in his castle,
Yeah,
and
I
hearing
gotta
the voice
imagine he's gonna be in Kenobi because of Vader.
That would make sense. And the other thing too is this guy came back to Star Wars shortly after. They were like, all right, we're thinking of bringing him into Rise of Skywalker, and they had him voice the Emperor in the last season of Star Wars Rebels, and that was super, super, super cool because it was like, oh my gosh, he's back. And then you actually hear him in different bits and pieces in Bad Batch when he makes his appearance there, and at the end of Clone Wars. So I think he's definitely open up to doing more stuff because he's seeing that more and more people are learning about the character and not necessarily falling in love, but falling in love with the idea that that this villain can last forever. Rise of Skywalker is a clear, indication of that, because I remember all of us sitting there at the panel, episode 9 panel, and us being like, oh, this is great, everything is going on, and then all of a sudden you hear that laugh and I will always remember our friend Michael just being like, oh, it's the Emperor, and I'm like,
that was so beautiful.
Yeah, and and then you just hear that laugh, and I'm like, really, he's back? Well, okay, all right. And then he came out on stage and was like, roll it again. And we just lost it, man. Oh my gosh.
My favorite though. Oh, sorry, I
will forever be mad. So I watched the live stream of that panel.
And she heard us
at work in the back. I was organizing a book cart, and because I was waiting for the trailer, and the trailer played, and as soon as it ended, I just shut it off. So I didn't know that the Emperor came out on stage. I didn't know any of that happened until way later. Yeah.
That was crazy. I'm expecting the Lucasfilm panel to be insane.
90 minutes long.
Insane. That panel is going to be dropping with new projects left and right.
Yeah, Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time.
And hopefully we're all there in the room.
We're all going to be there, James. Not if.
Nope. And you know what? I'm not going to say anything about the lottery.
Oh yeah,
system.
that's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But
so no, Pizza Kid on YouTube, he asks us a really good question. Is there anything about Ezra after Rebel Season 4? No. The answer is no, right?
Yeah.
Nope. There is nothing after that's a complete mystery. Dave Filoni made that. He made that for a reason, and I think a year after, it was like the anniversary of when the show, when Dave Filoni actually did a sketch of Ahsoka the White and Sabine on a snowy planet, like walking through, and he just made like a quick sketch on his like on a notepad or something, and that really was like the only thing that we know. Yeah, wait, Ace Ventura cameo. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Ace Ventura does have ties to Star Wars because when the original Solo footage was viewed by Kathleen Kennedy, they explained to her it was akin to Ace Ventura. That was the report.
What the?
The Lord and Miller cut was very Ace Ventura centric.
That's bad. That's not
alrighty good. Then. Chewie punch it. I love James just sitting there and like
so RB asks, is it known where in the timeline Andor story hits 5 years before Rogue One? Yes, 5 years before.
Yeah, so that's
5 years ish.
That's like shortly. So Rebels ends what? Rebels ends.
No, 5 years. Yeah, 5 years before.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it all straight in my head here. Yeah, it is 5 years before Rogue One. I think that's the official line they put out.
So Andor's got to be 5 years before Rogue One.
So essentially 5 years before New Hope as well. So.
And they were also going to have flashbacks previous times with Andor. At least that's what we kind of suspect happening. What else?
So Liam wants to know, how do you watch panels if you're not there? So if you go to StarWars.com, they should have a link. Their YouTube channel generally has the live stream up, which is a great thing. It's a really great thing that Star Wars and Lucasfilm does for the fans. If you can't make it out to Celebration, which not every hardcore fan can, it's awesome. I would take those days off anyways from work and just be watching it. And tweeting and being on Instagram. And
there is one catch though to that, is that certain trailers and behind the scenes stuff you won't see unless you're in the panel on the celebration stage, because that happened.
Only did that once in Chicago.
They only did it,
but it's still gonna end up online.
I'm sorry. Of going back to the stuff happening in Rebels. I mean, of Andor, of the time frame, or whatever. Rebels is happening 5 years before the events of A New Hope and Rogue One. So there's a chance we could see a small crossover with like Hera or something like that, because at that point, there are different Rebel cells, and that could definitely happen. I could see Hera definitely making a cameo because of her ship, and Chopper made a cameo in Rogue One. So it would honestly make sense if Hera made like an official cameo in the show, and the actress who voiced her could definitely
Vanessa Marshall.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That would be cool.
I'm manifesting that. Yeah, there you go.
So we definitely wanted to address celebration preparation. That's
Celebration Preparation, sponsored by the Star Wars Stuff Podcast.
Sponsored by Preparation 8.
Bryan Cranston's our spokesperson.
Yes.
That's a deep cut. Okay, if you don't know that one, never mind. Keep going.
Yeah. So, yes, I have been. This will be my fourth celebration. I went 2015 Anaheim, 2017 Orlando, 2019 Chicago. Would have been in 2020 Anaheim, and now we're going to go to 2022 Anaheim. So that's my fourth. I think Colin's has done 3.
This is my third one.
This will be my third one. James
will be 3, and then Ray will be her first time. So
I am so excited for Ray. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I am excited for all the new people going in and their reactions to everything, because it's such a, like, to most of us, it's a life-changing experience. So who knows? Like, after come out of Celebration, you'll be looking at life differently. Like honestly.
That's pretty deep. Anyway,
it is a high bar. It is. No, that's what happened to me. If I never went to Celebration 2017, I would have never met my wife. I never would have gone joined the 501st. Like, none of it. This podcast wouldn't exist without it. So yeah, to me, it's a life-changing experience.
Fair enough.
So what's the preparation we could tell people? David?
So this celebration will be unique in that we will all be required to wear masks and
Yes.
show some sort of either vaccination card or negative COVID test to even enter.
How are they going to do that? Are they going to do it like when you walk through the door and you got to show it?
Yes,
Okay,
that's the only way they can do it.
Because
So,
of, sorry, I'll just say it real quick. So at Dragon Con, when we went last year, we like went the day before, and you had to show proof of your of your card and everything. And then when you showed proof, then they would give you your pass. But they're already mailing passes out.
right.
So if
And
it is
speaking of
at
passes,
the door,
this
thing,
is what they
that's
look
interesting.
like. This is what the 4-day looks like.
Are we 100%
Supposedly.
sure? Because that just doesn't look that.
It doesn't look legit to you?
That looks photoshopped. That like black line like above 4-day just looks photoshopped to me. I don't think that's real.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the big difference is the fact that we're all going to have to wear masks, which we might be able to provide you a mask, possibly. We'll see how that works out if you find one of us on the show floor. But yeah, you have to have either your vaccination card or a negative test, which
I highly recommend getting one of these things.
Right, a
a nice
protector.
little protector case for your vaccine card. You can hook it right on the lanyard. You don't lose it.
Yes, you can put it right behind your badge on your lanyard. You can go to Amazon and buy 3 packs for relatively cheap. So
I got mine on Etsy.
okay, and I'm pretty sure there's Star Wars themed vaccination card protectors too. I think I've
There
seen that
are
before as
some
well.
very good ones on
Yeah.
Etsy that are Star
Yeah.
Wars themed.
Yeah, might have to look into that. The other big thing for me personally is, and I think this goes for a lot of other people too. If you go to a lot of conventions, I mean, you're gonna sweat. You're gonna sweat a lot, and you're gonna be around a lot of people. So I think hygiene is key. Deodorant, taking a shower. I think that's a big one. Smells
Staying
good.
up, yeah. Staying up on your energy. I know like we're all gonna be excited, but have food with you. Have a protein bar in your pocket. If you are staying at a hotel or at a condo or something, go grocery shopping. That's our plan. We are planning on going to Aldi, and we're just planning on buying food for the week and just having snacks all set and on standby, because food, especially in California, I think James can attest to this, can kind of rack up. So just be prepared to spend a lot of money and try and put yourself on a budget, being like, all right, I'm going to be spending this much. I'm not going over it, because sometimes when people get excited, they're like, oh, hey, you know what? It's fine. I'm young. I can do this. And then they spend their entire bank account on a bunch of 20th anniversary Phantom Menace stuff.
Is that
you really
directed?
called someone out.
Is that for me? Jerk. At first, I was like, he's talking about somebody else. And he said that.
No.
I was like, oh, wait a second.
Well, hey, you know what? I never said your name like until later, and then you made that face. So it was
Fair
like,
enough. Fair
yeah.
enough.
But,
Besides hygiene, David, what else?
So like what Colin said, take a snack. I mean, the way the panels and all the events that take place, they overlap each other. So you're not going to get to experience every single thing at Celebration. That's another key thing. You're going to have to pick and choose what you want to go to and experience. I know for me personally, there's going to be a podcast panel and the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary panel happening simultaneously. And I'm still trying to figure out in my head which one I'm going to want to attend, because we did go to the 20th anniversary for the Phantom Menace in Chicago, and it was okay. We thought we would maybe see
A lot of actors.
Yeah, and I think there was Ahmed Best. There was
That was really cool.
Ian
think
McKellen.
maybe- Okay.
Not Ian McDermott. Ian McKellen. No, not Gandalf. What am
I
I
was gonna say, since
I'm
what
like,
was he in
I was
Star
like,
Wars?
I do not remember.
He was
Gandalf
there.
walking
He was
in
there,
the
though.
room.
Don't worry. No, Ian McDermott was there.
Yeah,
Anthony Daniels.
Ray
and
Park.
Then Ray
Warwick
Park was
Davis.
there. Warwick Davis. And then
Doug
some of the
Chang as
visual
well.
effects guys. Some of the
Yeah.
visual effects guys with
Okay.
Doug Chang.
Okay, so it obviously made an impression on James, but to me, it could have been one of those that I could have maybe passed on to do something different. I don't know, but I will be wearing the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary hat. Though,
there you go. There you go.
Yeah. So what were we talking about?
Stuff preparation for a celebration.
Yeah, but what exactly did we hit on?
You're saying about snacks, bringing snacks.
Yes, snacks. Colin hit on that. You definitely want to bring a snack for sure. Yeah, that's a big one. Something in your backpack.
Advice. Yeah.
But aside from a snack, you also want to bring a water bottle, an empty water bottle, because apparently the Anaheim Convention Center does have filtered water fountains and they're cold. Yeah. So that's another big key. So you don't have to really technically buy like a bottle of water from one of the stands.
Can you bring water in?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I've got a big Yeti that I carry with me all the time because I get dehydrated fast. Mm-hmm. So I was like, if I can avoid having to buy water.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
And then some costume advice as well, which Ray can attest to most of this. And Ray, if you have anything to add, just chime in. If you're bringing costumes to Star Wars Celebration, especially if you're bringing them through the airport, be prepared to explain what exactly is in your suitcase. Because if so Hunter actually, our friend Hunter Smoke had a great idea. Which he will bring it through TSA. He will print a picture of his costume and have a list of everything in it. So then that way it can be like, here, this is my Captain Rex. This is everything exactly inside of it. This is all the like all the armor, the blasters and everything. And then they can be like, oh, okay. And instead of you not explaining anything, you like get through and they're like, what the hell is this? Like what are you trying to bring through? So if you have something like that, like some type of list of things that you have in your costume thing, that will help speed up the process at the airport so you don't miss your flight.
It will also help deter theft.
Yes.
If you also take a picture of like
every single thing in there,
like an overhead picture of like what's in there, how it's packed. That's what I'm planning to do. I'm considering bringing Ray in my carry-on because it's mostly soft parts.
Yeah.
And then maybe wearing the boots on the plane. I have a blaster for Sabe, which I am hoping to ship to somebody so I don't bring it on the plane. Yeah, I might talk to you about shipping it to you.
Yeah.
Because first of all, having to explain that it's a toy blaster and not real, and if it's in my suitcase, when it's being scanned, like after it goes, like my checked luggage, that is, it could get pulled and like my luggage could be opened. And last time I flew, I had stuff stolen out of my luggage, so I'm very nervous about that.
I get that.
I'm planning to get a TSA approved lock because my luggage was broken into on the runway after it went through TSA and was going to be loaded onto the plane. So, which a TSA approved lock, they have a master key. So they don't have to cut into it. It's like airport friendly, whatever. I don't know. Yeah. But I'm trying to think of like, okay, what is like, how do I best? The only thing I'm concerned about transporting is my staff. I don't know if it will fit in my suitcase.
I thought you would say your croissant.
No, I'm not bringing her.
Oh, you are doing Commando, Sabe, aren't you?
Yes, but she doesn't have a croissant. She looks like this on the comic book cover.
Well, yeah, I know.
No croissant. Okay. Maybe a future celebration.
Croissant.
But
croissant.
You can actually tweet at TSA and they will tell you something can be brought on a plane or not. My friend did that for me because I don't have a Twitter, and they recommended that I check my staff. So I'm going to see if it fits in a suitcase, but I don't know. We'll see.
If not, just send it over here. So I'll be sure to get it to you. I live in Anaheim right now, so
if you have friends that do live in in Anaheim, maybe reach out to them. Because of
I just get hit up from all these random people. Hey, James, I need to ship this there.
Yeah. No. It's because of
I love
that,
your
honestly.
podcast, James. Can I ask a small favor?
Yeah, so I'm thinking of bringing my General Grievous costume. Is there a chance that I can ship that to you?
That would be expensive to ship. Oh
Maybe
my
we
god.
should have
Worth
said
it.
anything.
Can I ship
James,
my Captain Tarful to you?
James would just open it and be like, "All right, I'm keeping this," and then the person's like, "Where's it? Oh, it never got shipped. It's
It
just
never
in
got-
his
it never
living
got
room,
here.
just
I know it
sitting
said
in his living
delivered,
room.
but I never got it.
No, but that will definitely save you time in the airport. And then something else as well, which Ray had a great idea, is if you can put it in your carry-on and then put the rest of your clothes into the suitcase, that will actually that won't be able to go with you onto the plane, but onto the plane or whatever. I'm not good at traveling lingo, but that will probably save that she's got a blast. That will probably save you from any potential way of you losing anything from your costume. Because I remember from the Star Wars Rose Bowl special commentary, not commentary, but documentary that came out in the original Star Wars Blu-ray thing, and it showed a bunch of people getting to the Rose Bowl, and their costumes were stolen or they got lost in TSA, and there were maybe 5 to 10 people that weren't able to march in the parade because that happened. Yeah.
Well, that will not happen. Be like, I need to ship my Trade Federation ship. No Trade Federation ships will be shipped to my place.
No trade federation. Just no.
No
blockade.
No.
Nope. One thing I will say in preparation for our Star Wars celebration, if you will be there, is to bring a portable charger for your phone.
That's a big one.
Because you will be on your phone a lot. You will be taking pictures, making videos, having a great time, and your phone will die very, very quickly.
Also make space on your phone too.
And make plenty of space on your phone, which I have to do. I have a couple more days for celebration, but I need to do that as well because you will be recording and you will be taking a ton of pictures while you're there. And so I recommend doing that. And also, what's another thing? Oh yeah, look at around the restaurants around Celebration as well. If you want to go eat there, because a lot of them will be doing Star Wars themed menus. And I still have my menu from Florida. When I went to Florida, my wife and I stayed at a hotel, and the menu each night was Star Wars Celebration themed. And so it was pretty cool that I got to do that. So I recommend doing that as well.
There was a really cool bar and grill where it was like a 6-person seated bar and a couple of tables. And they had this super elaborate menu of Star Wars themed dishes. And there was steak and surf and turf. And it was all really good. I think I had the Sarlacc steak or something, but
That's
it was
awesome.
really good. And yeah, we didn't get to keep the menus. The menus, I think they only had a few of them, but I think I did take a picture. I'm gonna have to search my
I asked the guy toward the last day, one of the waiters, can I keep this? He's like, yeah, sure. Don't. I think they're just got to throw them away.
Man.
So I was like, thank you very much. And also, like we said, have your I think I know who that is saying that right now. And thank you. I appreciate that. But is James' favorite music? Yes. Okay. Yes. My favorite moment still is the music of Star Wars. No, it's
nice.
It's still, the music is still amazing, but I have reworked that list. So it's not the same. And
Patreon
I have grown. Yeah, we might do Patreon exclusive episode of me redoing the list. But the music is no longer there because I have since grown as a person to realize that that didn't make any sense when I did say that. But it's still pretty awesome. The music is still pretty amazing. Deep cut. Yeah, I know, right? But what's another preparation thing for the for celebration?
Footwear.
I was just gonna say that.
Wear really comfortable shoes because you're gonna be standing and walking a lot.
I am so Commander Sabe has like a 2.5-inch heel, and I have not worn those shoes yet, so they've not been broken in. And I just decided to skip those entirely, and I'm wearing an old pair of combat boots, and I'm making spats to go over top so they look like knee-high boots. So I will not be absolutely killing my feet walking around an entire day in 2.5-inch heels.
Well, that's always a good thing. But yeah, comfortable
Thinking
shoes.
ahead.
Yeah, I think every celebration I've done, I've bought a new
Diapers.
pair of running shoes. So,
Diapers. Yeah. Oh yeah. Find out where all the bathrooms are there, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people there. Everybody has to use the bathroom, and a
someone
lot
say
of them are-
astronaut diapers? What?
If you are going alone, just be prepared to be flexible, and most likely you'll make friends along the way, because that's exactly what happened to me and a couple of other people. But if you are going with someone, pick a buddy, like have your celebration buddy with you, because
Do you have
there will
your
be time.
celebration buddy?
Do you
you
have your
have-
exit buddy?
Because there will be times where it will look like there is a stampede coming your way. Depending on if like something is happening on the show floor, or on the show stage, or you're catching yourself right in the middle of people lining up to get into a panel. You don't want to get lost, and having your phone with you is essential, because if you get lost, you can communicate the person, or so just prepare yourself for nothing but everything at the same time, because anything can happen. So, diapers.
Yeah, if you hear the first ship's away, hooray! Keep your head on a swivel, because there's going to be like a huge mass of humanity possibly moving towards you. So.
Somebody just said James needs a balloon attached to his back so no one loses him.
Do you need one of those
why
like
are people picking on you?
Why is
like
everybody picking on me?
backpack leashes?
Oh,
I said balloon. All right, easy with the leash. You guys, if lost, please return to, and it has my address on there.
Hey, no, I still maintain that my friend, who is a grown adult with a child, needs a backpack with a leash on it. So
Yeah, some people do. Some people do.
and then also for people who have anxiety and everything, that that this might be their first time going, prepare for loud sounds, people cheering a lot.
They actually do have a
cross.
quiet room available.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
They have a quiet room
Oh,
and
jeez.
a prayer room available.
There you go.
And apparently, I just skimmed over the article, but they have stickers you can get if you need extra assistance.
Oh, nice.
To like signal to people who are working.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool that they do that.
Yeah.
What's another thing you need to be prepared for? Oh, and what's go on, David?
A big one is download the app, because that is an essential tool that you will
What
use.
is the name of the app?
If it works.
I don't think it's. Yeah, I was about to get to that.
Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna
not
say,
out
David.
yet,
Sometimes
I
it
believe.
works, sometimes it doesn't. It was very difficult to navigate the first time.
In 2017, it worked pretty well, right?
It didn't work that well for me.
But in 2019, they introduced. Is it called Lightning Lane or
Lightspeed.
Lightspeed Lane?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll bring
sorry,
that
Lightning
up
Lane.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. There we go. So Lightspeed Lane. This feature didn't work until the last day of Celebration.
Yeah.
I
No
thought it
joke.
worked on day 2.
No, it worked, and then it didn't work after that.
Okay.
Like the third
Because
and
I know
fourth day.
Joseph used it for the celebration store.
No,
right?
no, we didn't. We just saw that the line was short, and we jumped in.
Oh,
line.
I think I used
you
it.
and
then.
you and I
Okay.
moved it. You and I used it next, and then it didn't work until the last day again. And then it was like, hey, the Lightspeed lane is working.
Mhm.
So what you do is you pretty much reserve a time for you to return to the celebration store where you get the exclusive celebration merch and everything. It's really cool. It's a really cool feature to have, because the first day, no joke, if you saw our coverage on YouTube, for the first day, the line they said was 8 hours long. Like, no joke.
It was the whole day.
It was
you
the
just
whole
wasted a
day.
damn line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember Joseph and I were just like, I can't believe people waited in that line. And when Joseph
Same.
and I went, I think we only waited for 45 minutes, which was insane. We weren't expecting that to happen. But yeah, download the app, because hopefully it works. And it has a lot of cool stuff on there. It even has the schedule there for you to see which panels are happening at what time. And they even have those little lottery things where you go and scan your QR code, and if you win, you get the prize that's there. If not, you got to keep trying the next day. So that's a lot of fun to have. But yeah, the app is pretty good, because it is helpful when it does work.
Yeah, it'll have all the listings of all the panels, the descriptions. I believe it has like a photo op tie into it, but that's another thing too. If you do have photo ops and autographs, you need to print those out and have them with you, because I read verbiage stating that you need them printed out for a celebration. So there's that too.
Something else that I just remembered, because this happened to me at my first celebration. If you put something down somewhere, remember to pick it up. Like, do not forget your items, because as great as Star Wars fans are, they're also like, ooh, this is cool. This is mine now, and they'll walk away with it. Because I remember I had my Stormtrooper shadow helmet, and I left it on a table over at celebration when I was eating food. And I went to grab a napkin and turned around, and someone just walked by and picked it up and was like, oh, hey, this is mine now. And no one returned it. And that was a real bummer. So be careful. Be very, very, very careful of where you lay your items down, because there will be those people that will be like, that are just there for the deals, and and they'll try and find stuff to sell back on eBay. So
and also, if anybody's asking for money, say no right away.
Yes, say no,
because
joke, we nearly got robbed in Chicago.
We had a group of people come up to us asking us for money for the basketball team, the basketball courts, and we just said no. Like Joseph, I think it was the three of us, David, you, and Joseph and I, and all three of us were like, go, no. Like we all like kind of backed away from them. And then we found out later that somebody took out their wallet, and then they reached in and grabbed their money out of their wallet and ran away. And that was really shocking. So yeah, don't give anybody money at Celebration either. What else? What other preparation can we do?
Another huge kind of tip is the workers. So the workers they hire, a lot of them do not know what Star Wars is. A lot of them do not know why they are there or what the convention's about.
Just prepare yourself.
Yeah, so some of them are really kind of informed, but a lot of them don't really know a whole lot, because it is kind of a pop-up type of scenario where panels and stuff are being held in different places, and it's the signage isn't like permanent. So there's that possibility too. You might run into a bunch of workers that do know a lot of stuff, like Matt Martin. He used to be a Celebration volunteer, and of course he's on the story group. So there are some of those people, but a lot of the people that we encountered in Chicago were asking me questions about things, and I had to explain.
Nice.
Yes, and that was the other thing too I was going to get to. Be kind, be nice. A lot of people
be patient.
If I catch any of you harassing an employee or volunteer, kick you.
Yes, and a lot of them are learning on the fly how to work the registers as well. And the registers are very complicated in 2015 at the Anaheim Convention Center, where they just had to introduce those iPads to actually take money and use a square. So
treat it like you are going. Yeah, just treat it like you're going to Disney. Like please be nice. Please respect the people that are trying to help you, that are trying to make this experience the best, like for you. Because if you don't, Rey will be hiding in a bush, having her eyes pop out of her head with her hands in her
Liam just put Karate Rey.
It's be nice.
Cut to the neck. Just.
And another thing, since you are very close to Disneyland and you want to go to Disneyland, just know you have to have a reservation before you go. You can't just show up and try to get a ticket for that day and go in. If you are planning on going to Disneyland, I recommend going on their website now and buying a ticket so you can have the date ready for you. Because if not, unfortunately, like I said, if you show up and you walk up to the ticket booth, they're probably most likely going to say the reservations are all used up today.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
Yep. So
and it is literally next door. Disneyland is right there. Like when you ride the Incredicoaster, there's a certain spot where you look over and there's the convention. It's right there. Like I could throw a rock and probably hit one of the windows. Like that's how close it is. It's really weird. But yesterday I saw it. I'm riding. I was like, hey, it's right there. And then you just go straight down somewhere. But anyways, so that's my advice as well.
I will also come at you if you start harassing somebody who's asking you to wear a mask, because this was information given to you ahead of time. You know this going in. I saw on Instagram when Star Wars posted hey, everyone's got to wear a mask. People were freaking out. It's like, It's right on the website, just front and center. You have to acknowledge that to get a ticket. I mean, you know this going in. They're just trying to keep everybody safe. They're trying to do their job. Just respect the rules that they have in place.
Yeah, what she said.
Or I will
And
find you.
Or we'll get Karate Ray.
Yeah, my tip is to take more than one mask because it's really good to have a backup.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I am going to have a mask that coordinates with my outfit.
Nice.
Every single day.
And-
Every
And
day.
And
I'll
we're gonna
probably
be
bring
wearing,
some extras too, just because if I like get sweaty or gross, I'm gonna want to change my mask.
Right.
Also, be kind to other people with you. If you like, I mean,
I'm gonna be
that
mean to you,
is-
Colin.
I'm gonna be mean to you, Colin.
yeah, we're all gonna be mean to James.
no. Okay, fine. I'll be more. I'll be more.
So say if somebody likes The Last Jedi and somebody else doesn't like The Last Jedi, just be very nice to them, okay? Be
I
very
am
polite.
going to be mean to you the entire time, James.
Take
I'm
your
just
own
kidding.
advice, Colin. Be nice to James.
No. Okay, fine. I'm gonna change my statement. I'm saying like be kind to everyone around you, like especially if you're waiting in line. Like, yes, you are going to be in waiting line for a while. Do not take your frustrations out on other people, on the other people working. It's like, and also expect the day to go off the rails. Like, just lower your expectations and you won't be disappointed because not everything is going to go your way. That's exactly like going to a park and saying, I'm going to do everything that I want and have a mindset being like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then, you know, there's a lottery system of where, you know, you'd be like, I'm going to get everything on that. And then you don't get what you want. And, you know, I'm a fine example. Yes, I was, you know, I want, you know, certain panels. I'm not going to get them. I have to come to peace with that. And you can't take your anger out on others because of that. So just prepare not to get what you always want during this trip.
If you get angry, you can go outside and take it out on the sand.
Yes.
Because we don't like sand in this house.
No. And they also have a quiet room. And they also have a quiet room as well. So yeah.
But I'm so excited. David, was there any more? I'm sorry, I think I cut you off there.
I did see a comment that asked, do people that wear helmets have to wear a mask? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
According to the post that Star Wars Celebration put out, you are required to wear one underneath a helmet, and a costume mask does not count as a mask. And then somebody else commented that they might change the mask mandate, which is true. So
they might. So just
stay up to date on that.
Yep.
However, as of right now, it is in place, and so that should be, you know, respected.
Yep.
Like a decent human being.
So let me ask you this, Riz. What do you think about this? So what if your costume already has like a balaclava headstock on that has a built-in mask?
Nope. No.
You still have to wear a mask over that?
But
the mask can't go over.
If the balaclava covers your face,
it does.
I'm not sure.
It looks like a mask.
Considered a gator. Like
that would not be an approved face covering.
And gators weren't allowed at Disney either. And they are applying the same concept here. So gators are not going to be allowed. They already said that the face covering has to be CDC approved. So just follow the rules. Be kind to everyone. And if you get frustrated, you know, control your emotions, pretend you're a Jedi, and everything will be fine.
And take it out on the sand.
And take it out on the sand, because we don't like sand in this house. We should put that on a shirt, Ray. I think.
And what else, David, do we have for preparation?
So cosplayers. There's going to be a bunch of different cosplayers there with different awesome, intricate costumes. If you want to take a picture with them, ask.
And do not touch a cosplayer.
Do not touch. I'm with you. Yeah. Do not touch the armor, as great as it looks. Do not touch the clothing, as interesting as it looks. Do not touch the person. If you're seeing someone like for example, Chewie's walking on the show floor. You're like, oh my gosh, it's Chewie. I want to give him a hug. Ask first, because that person is probably not ready for a hug, or they don't see you. So just ask. Like that's all it takes. If you want to take a picture, ask nicely, because not everyone is open to the consent of their photo taken by someone.
even if like you ask for a photo and they say yes, before you go to put your arm around them, ask. Just because you get consent for a photo does not mean you get consent to touch the person.
I will say, when I got my picture with Ryan Johnson, he put his arm around me without asking me. So I don't know. I don't know.
And that's just another reason why not to like The Last Jedi. Just adding to the list. Thank you. No, just
but no. But what Ray said, yeah, that's very, very, very true. And like David said, in a nice way, intricate costumes, and just be respectful of the costumes. Be respectful of the people as more than anything else, because you saw the picture of the slave outfits, the Leia slave outfits, and just be polite and be respectful of the people who are wearing those costumes, and please do not be jerks. Please do not be rude, and please do not be just
that's something that would piss me off the most.
Yeah,
so watch out.
Yeah,
and Ray. You really know Ray is serious when she says a swear word. So just just watch it.
What else we got, David?
Did I say a swear word?
Yeah, piss.
So somebody said, "What's your favorite thing bought from Celebration?" Oh, geez.
Wait,
I bought a lot of shirts. Joe, go away. Why should I ask if I could take the photo 90 meters away and then photoshopping myself next? If you have really good Photoshop skills, go for it. No, don't do that.
Just ask, guys. Come on.
It's not that hard.
A lot of people are really nice. I remember this is the funniest story. The Queen and all her handmaidens were coming through one day in Celebration. It was the coolest thing ever, because they were all decked out, and these girls, which I don't know why they were eating there, but they all wanted to sit down and start eating their food. But everybody's like, "Can we get a picture with you?" And like, "Yes." And they're like all polite and like, "Yes." And then after a while, they're like, "Okay, we're done. Stop taking pictures of us." But again, just ask before you take pictures. What else we got, David?
Also, when you do encounter a Star Wars Stuff podcast member, come up to us and talk to us.
Please. We would love to talk to you.
And if you have something to trade, say, "Hey, I have something to trade," and we'll give you something back in return. So we'll trade. We'll make a trade.
We have quite a few things to trade this year. Like I said last week, we thought we were the coolest with stickers, but we not even close.
No.
So
if you would like to trade, your mortgage on your house to Bitcoin, no, I'm just kidding. No, no. If you have anything with you, which we are very excited to have merch with us this year. It could be a sticker, it could be a trading coin. There are so many people that just have different things with them to trade and ready to go. So just be prepared to do that, because then not only are you passing on something to someone, but you're getting something in return. And get ready for Jawas to be doing that, because everyone dressed up as a Jawa will definitely be
I still remember my first kind of experience of Celebration. I looked over and there was somebody dressed as a Jawa at their booth talking to somebody, and I was just looking like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was just awesome. A Jawa standing there looking up, and you see him waving his arm. I can't hear it, but I'm just like, this is amazing. This is fantastic. And then of course there was a line of Tusken Raiders that came through the lobby in Florida, and it was awesome. We all got out of the way. They walked through the middle with their sticks and everything, and then behind them were a bunch of Jawas just like scurrying around behind them, and I was like, that's amazing.
Agent Calavera, come up to us and talk to us, man.
Yeah.
No, please, yes, please come and talk to us, please.
Yeah,
I met only one of our listeners at Celebration, and that was really cool.
Yes, come up and talk to us. We want to talk.
I am expecting
a lot there
more.
To talk to the people that listen to us, that know about us, that want to just hang, take a picture, trade some swag. I mean, that's another big thing for us. So,
Chris, my wife asked who you think is the big reveal in the Obi-Wan show, like what the big oh my gosh moment will be. I know it sounds like a cop out, but I think it's Vader. I think Vader is I know we all know he's going to be in there, but I think that's going to be the big moment. Vader.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I could see Natalie Portman making some type of cameo and a flashback. And
David knows something though. David just did that face.
There it is.
I don't know. Would she come back to Star Wars?
She came back to Thor
Yeah,
She's
because
going
Taika
back to where
offered her.
she's also going back to where the money is, though. Like, that's honestly where it comes down to it for an actor at the end of the day. There are actors that are passionate about a project, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's about the money. So
I know she left Marvel because they didn't like she didn't like the way that her character had been handled, and like she was just kind of disrespected. But I don't know what her view on Star Wars is. I mean, I know Padme was done dirty, but I don't know how she feels.
I've seen her wear that Stop Wars t-shirt.
And people on the internet are like, I bet she doesn't even know what Star Wars is. It's like, boy, sit down. She was in it.
Yeah.
But
no, that was Keira Knightley.
I think the Vader would be it is going to be the big reveal. I know we already know it, but I still think that's just going to be insane. Why, David? What do you have? Who do you have? Who's the big reveal?
So I know there's going to be a big character in there, and I
just say it.
It rocks.
It's Jar Jar. It's Jar Jar.
This is too big. Okay, I'll say it. It's a Borg Gullet. There you go.
Borg Gullet.
Can you just text me after the show?
No, I think that's the answer,
Colin.
It's Borg Gullet. If you guys would make your own Star
Wars. Okay. I'll tell you who the real star of the show is. It's going to be Dexter Jettster. I mean.
Okay. Favorite fun fact though is Sabe loves eating at Dex's Diner.
Wow.
And my headcanon is she always has a croissant when she eats there.
That's a great. You should draw that picture of her eating there.
But she does have she does make several trips to it in the Queen's Hands trilogy. So.
Somebody asked us a question that could be a whole episode right there. Pizza Kid asked, if you guys can make your own Star Wars movie / show, what would it be?
I think we know mine.
I think we know mine.
Well, they just said don't say Max Rebo.
Oh, come on.
Okay, well then I'm safe. Handmaiden TV show.
There you go. David?
With me.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good one. That'd be a good one.
Can it be a documentary, like a documentary in the Star Wars universe of where they are talking about like the greatest musicians throughout like Star Wars history? God. I think that actually would be really cool.
What do you think, David?
That would be really cool. Like just having like the best ones from the High Republic era to the Old Republic, and then like you know having the Cantina band, the classic Max Rebo band, of course, and all the way to
what kind of music do they play? Just kidding. I'm just joking. Don't say it.
We've had that.
What do you think, David? What movie or show would you do?
What jumps to my mind immediately is a Rogue 2. All the Bothans that died to get the
not
the
Manny,
from the start
but Minnie.
Yeah,
Minnie.
You could have a character named Manny throwing a.
I would love to do that just as a good little deep
But
cut.
I would really love to get that whole idea of a trilogy from scratch that ties to nothing that we've ever seen or known before.
Yes.
And that's Rian Johnson's trilogy. I mean, you've got the director. He's going to be the creator, allegedly. I mean, I would really want to see that. Something from scratch, not tied to Skywalkers, not tied to anything except the Force, and see what happens.
I agree. I think that would, you know what, I'm going to just say, yeah, David, what you said, that would be what I would do, is just Rian Johnson's new trilogy featuring Darth Jar Jar. Make it happen. It's out there. It's going to happen. And of course, we all know that he was the villain. He was the villain the whole time.
That's the big reveal in the Obi-Wan show.
But all right, what else? Sorry. For a second, I was like, oh, really? Nah.
Are the Star Wars snipers going to get me?
Yeah. I'm glad Matthew Woods included the Jar Jar sound.
Somebody's crawling in your window, Ray.
The Rise of Skywalker. I remember somebody pointed that out to us. That like, you hear Jar Jar in the Rise of Skywalker, and I was like, holy crap, you really do hear Jar Jar for a split second in the Rise of Skywalker. But anyways, what else, David? What else?
Like I'll just reiterate: be kind, be polite, take breaks, don't overexert yourself. It's going to be a long day of standing physical activity. If you have like a very sedentary lifestyle, it's going to be rough. I would say exercise beforehand as much as possible. Try and get into the routine of of standing, walking. Like I said, I bought comfortable shoes. I actually bought a retractable stool too to sit on in those lines because this will be my 4th celebration, so I've been there and done that with those lines, and it can be rough on your feet. But yeah, take snacks, take the portable power charger for your laptop, cell phone, make room for your pictures and videos on your phones. Yeah, make sure to bring your tickets. Make sure to bring your badges.
Please.
Yes. Please prep at least a week before. Lay everything out what you're putting in your suitcase.
Yes,
Make a list of what you're going to bring.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'm already working on that.
Okay, James, shut up.
I honestly don't think it's fair how close I live to it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the first time it's ever happened.
That's honestly how I felt.
So how long
back
a
in
walk
20.
is it from your place?
Oh, it's an hour walk. Because
so you're still gonna have to pay for parking though.
I'm gonna Uber over there though. Hey,
yeah,
that's even worse.
I'll be all right.
Yeah. You're no guys, it's coming up. Star Wars Day is coming up. Everything is right around the corner. This is a big month. This is a huge month for us. We're very excited, and we can't wait to share everything with you. Yeah, fun. Is there anything else? Am I missing something?
I think that's it as far as celebration prep really goes. Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
Okay. Please go follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon. Our Patreon is changing after Star Wars Celebration. Our whole thing on there, our outlook on it, everything is going to be changing. So get ready for that. Please go on Apple Podcasts. Give us a review. Go on Spotify.
Try and give us a nice review.
Yeah, give us a nice review on Apple Podcasts, please.
Yeah. Sure. At this point, it's just like, okay.
Yeah. But like David always says, if we don't have any people giving us, rude remarks, that means we're doing something wrong. So yeah.
Yep.
But yes, again, thank you so much for listening. And it's the countdown to Obi-Wan and Celebration right now. And look for us on May 4th. We'll be live streaming, and Colin and I will be. And on Batu East and Batu West. And thank you so much for listening to us and for commenting on these things, everybody. And we'll be back with another awesome topic soon. And may the Force be with you.
Always.